Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot. Oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls. I'm your host, Patricia Baker, and I'm here with my co-host all the way from Tucson, Miss PK. How are you?
Doing fine. Just got off the heating spit.
Oh,
If it doesn't cool down here pretty soon, I mean, come on.
I know.
I think they said Phoenix is 108 today, so we're just a little bit below them, but not by much. So I feel like a grilled sandwich. It's too much.
It is, and it's October. It's got to stop.
I know it. I'm watching another month. I'll be complaining because it's cold, but right now it's too darn hot.
Yeah, that is a little too much. You guys have been roasting all summer, so yeah.
God, yes.
Yeah.
111, 112 this year.
Please, no.
Definitely no.
Well, so tell us, you've been looking at the numbers. You've got all kinds of excitement this month.
Well, one of the things
it's telling us a lot. So please
pay attention to more than anything else is that this month is a preview of this coming year. So take a notepad with you, mark down little things, and as the year progresses, you'll have a chance to dig into some of these things, see where you can make changes, where you can't make changes. It's a universal 9-year that we're in. So every month, if it's a 1, it deals with things that revolve around what we need for ourselves. Fresh starts and new beginnings. Every month has its own series of things. February is a 2 month. It deals with partnerships and relationships. We've got March 3, which deals with our creative side, wanting to do different things. April is a 4 month. Get down and dirty, do the work, get it over with, so that when May comes, you're ready to make a quick change and do a lot of fun stuff. June is all about family type situations because it's a 6. July is a 7 month. Spirituality, but learning, teaching, and it's a good time to really take a good look at what you need to do and what you want to do. And then August jumps up at us, and it's about our money, lack of, or what to do with, all of that type of thing. And September is a review of this entire year of 2025. October starts all over again, the new beginnings and fresh starts. So we've got this accordion in the middle, folks, where we are right now and where we're going. So let's make the best of what we've got. I think that we deserve some good stuff.
Definitely.
Oh, the 9 years is going to help us alleviate pressures and eliminate things that we don't want anymore. But isn't it time? I tell people if they've got things they don't like, stuff them in this bag. When you drive down the road, drop the window down, throw the bag out. You don't care where it's going, but you don't want to bring it back home again.
Yeah, let it go. Yeah. Well, we've been through so much. This has been crazy times and unexpected things happening, which are concerning.
And I won't even talk about the election because we're all up to here with it.
Oh, gosh, I know it.
So we're just going to look for bigger and better things where we're all going to be safe, sound, and have a fabulous new year coming to us.
Yeah, I'm all for that, especially the safe part. So, yes, I know. We deserve that. Well, we have a terrific guest tonight.
Yes, we do.
This lady, she's so exciting. I love this lady.
Yes.
She is Miss Excitement now. She does a lot. So she is also named #1 psychic in America by Ranker, Psychic of the Year, and most noted UFOlogist. My gosh. I want her to be our friend. She does it all.
She's already our friend.
And that was by UFOs and she is. She's our friend. And most likely to turn you into an obsessed fan by Curve magazine. Danielle Egnew is internationally renowned for her litany of layered talents. Applying her skill set, which encompasses clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, empathy, psychometry, mediumship, remote viewing, profiling, spirit guide channeling, angelic communication, extraterrestrial interpretation, and tonal healing. Danielle Egnew has worked as a professional clairvoyant and medium, both in the private sector and the media for the past 12 years. She is the author of True Tales of the Truly Weird. Here it is. She's also a vetted alumni member of Best American Psychics and the National Crime Solving Organization. We know these guys. Find Me group. Her forward-thinking perspectives on consciousness have been featured in the Washington Post and the Huffington Post. Well, Danielle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, ladies. It is so great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our delight. We just kind of can't help but wonder, what do you do in your spare time?
Yeah.
I wish for spare time.
I bet you do.
Actually, no, I do have spare time. I paint and I record music and I do a lot of camping and hiking.
Oh, good for you.
Very nice. Yes, indeed. But my goodness, I mean, you are one of the top people in this field and you do so much. Now, I know people are going to start texting me. How do people get a hold of you?
You guys can go to my website and it's just my name. It's Danielle Egnew -advisor. Oh, there it is right there. .com. And you can see all of the stuff I've got going. You can see all the things I'm doing. You can make appointments there. It's a slightly ridiculously packed hub, but you can find it there. It's all there.
Good.
Okay, that's excellent. Now, I've got to start with something that I like.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why not? Your UFO connection. So you have a really good connection with UFOs, ETs. You help other people with this?
I really do. And what's so exciting about that is there are so many, and you probably see this, Patricia, there are so many people who have had experiences with our off-world friends and family. And, you know, there's some folks out there, ladies out there, that aren't the most friendly, but for the most part, like humans, most of them are really fascinating beings. And so I do a significant amount of my work in focusing, helping people understand their connection to their off-world beings. And also, I mean, I live in Montana. I mean, I'm in my cabin here in Montana, my wife and I, and there are so many off-world craft out here that it's a regular thing. They're constantly going to and fro. I've got a great big window right in front of me, and I can see a mountain called Big Pryor Mountain, and it's one of the most heavily visited UFO hotspots in the country. It's got natural, uranium deposits. It's got big limestone caverns. So helping people understand our off-world neighbors makes my heart happy, because the more we understand, the less we fear.
Yes, exactly.
True.
No, that's
Very
wonderful.
true.
And there's so many people that need help with their experiences. So you're offering that because you have a whole different level of understanding about it. So that's very helpful. What if people can't remember? Do you help them with that?
Yes. And there is fascinating. There are telltale signs of people who have been visited but can't remember it. There's very similar types of paranoias. I'll throw a couple of them out here, but now remember, this is all apples are fruits, but not all fruits are apples. Okay. So, you know, we've got,
makes sense.
We've got, if there's a lot of times folks who are visited by off-worlders hate to have windows that are not covered at night. They don't like to have the ability for somebody to see in, but they can't see out. That's very common. Also, you'll have a lot of people who oftentimes get very, very uncomfortable if they're not sleeping against a wall. These are people who have been visited, who've been contacted. Maybe it's been a little on the traumatic side. It's not to say it's always traumatic. There's a lot of off-world beings that come in that are super high vibration, really terrific, aren't freaking everybody out. But there's a lot of people also who are deeply obsessed with the stars. And I think it's natural, ladies, right? It's natural for us to be obsessed with something like the stars. Yet there is almost like a yearning people will have to get up there oftentimes. And this isn't always, but a lot of times when people have been visited or have been contacted, there's a lot of these similarities. And I just try to help them understand why they feel this way and which off-world races and beings they were actually speaking with in the first place.
That's great. So it's very valuable information, and it helps them settle down and not be afraid, which is so important. Have you had an abduction or an experience like that where you've been taken? You have.
Yes, I have. I thwarted one, I think. Do you really know? They knock you out so hard. Do you really know?
That's it. They knock you out and they work your memory. I mean, what the heck is left?
I know, right? So I wrote about it in my book, True Tales of the Truly Weird. I wrote about my experiences with off-worlders. And in one of these experiences, they projected a fascinating light pattern on the ceiling, ladies. It looked like, you guys ever been like in an inside pool, where you see reflections? Okay, right?
Yes.
What this looked like, it looked like these yellow dancing reflections of water on the ceiling, except I was in my mom's basement in Billings, Montana. No fabulous pool. Wow. And so I'm laying in bed and I see these really magnificent lights, and all of a sudden I'm feeling so peaceful. And instead of being like, what the F is on my ceiling in this basement, I'm all like, oh, this is beautiful. And I'm watching it. And then there is a light on the ceiling that is a reflection of what looks like a hatch opening up in the floor. And it's important to note for folks who aren't familiar with our off-world cultures that they can be two places at one time. They do a lot of space-time bending. They're really good at it. We don't quite have that technology here because we don't have the physiological ability to go through a wormhole like that. We'll break apart like a hamster in a microwave, but these beings are
not good.
Not good. So there were beings coming through the floor. It wasn't actually literally the floor. However, that was startling. And the short version of that story is I recognized that I had been disabled and was stuck in my body. And that is the weirdest feeling. It's like somebody just cut you off right about here and you can't move at all. Like you are a human sarcophagus.
Ugh.
It was weird. And I remember pulling my head back, like if you were wearing a Halloween mask, think of it that way. And I pulled my consciousness back this way. So I was kind of looking like through my eyeballs, like this, And I realized, oh my gosh, they can't get me in here. That's literally what I thought, ladies. And that's when I realized that there was a separation of my consciousness and my body. And if I could connect that back up, I'd have agency over my body again. So don't ask me how, but I just said I did. And I was able to push myself up on my elbows. And I could see it was shadows on the ceiling, like a freaking horror movie, you guys. It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And I watched these shadows just take in a unison. There was 3 of them. They took one big step back. And there was this funny mist kind of rectangle thing that had settled over me. I think they were going to pick me up and take me somewhere. And that thing just flew right off of me when I pushed my elbows up. So I don't think they were anticipating that. I surely was not. And they kind of went away, and it took a while, and I was kind of stuck in this weird elbow position for quite a while till things started working again.
So you did thwart that one, which is amazing. It's hard to do, but you came out of suspension. So good for you. Wow. Oh my goodness. So now you've got this great book, and we want to know what's the scariest story in the book?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's some scariest story. All right. Scariest. There's a lot of really scary ones. I think probably the creepiest, oogiest one that I would recall is that I was a younger person and I was probably in my early 20s, and my very good friend, I was staying with her in her family's beach house in Newport, Oregon. And it was this tiny little beach house. And as we pulled up to it, there was this older woman upstairs in a window. And I said to my friend Kristen, I said, "Hey, who's here? You know, and she said, "Oh, that's Betty. Just ignore Betty." So I go in and I'm a pretty social person, ladies. So I'm looking for Betty, and I was raised to be polite. This woman was probably in her 70s. So I was a younger person at that time. I wanted to introduce myself in her home. Can't find Betty. There's no Betty. Well, not in a body. So I asked my friend, I said, "What's the deal with Betty?" And she says, "Well, that's my dad's first wife, and she passed away, and this is where she lives." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, let's hear it for the beach house vacation."
Yeah. Wow.
God, it was crazy. So I end up, we go to bed, and at night I'm in the middle of it, and things are weird. The cupboards are opening, standard ghost story stuff, whatever. Okay. So I go upstairs and I go to bed, and my friend and I were sharing a bed. It was a little tiny beach shanty, you guys. So we were crushed into this bed, and I'm almost asleep, but I'm not asleep. I'm awake. And I thought my friend was messing with me, and I thought she took her hand and was smashing my head into the pillow like this.
No.
And I was like, "Kristen, what are you doing?" And she didn't answer me. And I all of a sudden, my head pops up, and I can feel my nose just running. And I sit up, and I've got my hands, and I'm you guys, I got the worst nosebleed. It is hideous. It's like Stephen King. I mean, just the faucets are going, it's running down the front of me. It's pooling up in my hands. I'm grabbing a t-shirt that's just on the floor. I'm trying to mop my face off with it. I can see enough in the room. This t-shirt's soaked with blood. It's just awful. And I had this overwhelming compulsion that was like, get up and go to the bathroom. Get up and go to the bathroom. Well, the thing is, ladies, if you went up and you went to the bathroom, if you opened the door, you'd be right above an extremely narrow staircase. And I'm getting goosebumps even telling this story. Oh. And I knew that if I walked out and opened that door, something was going to shove me right down that staircase. I just knew. I knew.
No.
So I'm bleeding all over the place. The bathroom is through there. I'm not going to the bathroom. And finally, my friend wakes up. She's like, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I've got a really, really bad nosebleed. It's like all you can see it on the sheets, and got it on my face." So she reaches over and she turns the light on, and there is not one spot of blood anywhere.
Oh no!
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Nowhere. And we both sat there. I mean, and this ghost was probably laughing, and we just stared. We just said nothing for probably 30 seconds. And I said, "I don't understand." I said, "Did you see it?" She's like, "No, I saw it. It was all over you. It was all over your hands." Because the window was open. There was a street light, and it was, you could see in the room. There was light in the room. And so I said, "Well, there was somebody here who didn't like me, and they wanted me to go to the bathroom. But they were going to shove me down the bathroom. They're furious that I'm here." And then my friend, and I'm thinking it's this Betty lady, she goes, "Oh no, that's Jill. That's my sister. She died when she was younger, and she gets really jealous when I bring friends over."
Oh my God.
Did she kill all your friends? Did she get them nosebleeds and shove them down the stairs? Because that's weird, man. So that was probably one of the creepiest. There are some really scary stories in that book.
Yes.
But things that creeped me out on a personal level, that is way up there.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely horrible, because it's manipulating reality at the same reality at the same time, and physically threatening you. I have no doubt she could have pushed you down the stairs.
For sure.
That was my thing, Patricia. I was thinking any entity that can break open all the capillaries in my nose, and I'm bleeding out here in this bed. That thing is going to twist my head off and throw me down the stairs. I was like, nope, going to bleed on the bed.
Right away, you could tell she didn't care for you, right?
Apparently not, PK. I was on the crap list there, apparently.
I gathered that. Woo-hoo.
Oh, awful, awful, awful. So now let's go to what you do as a psychic medium. So tell us about that. How did you get into that?
This, I wish I had a better story for you. I do. I wish it was some inspiring, like I went outside and I looked up and there were God rays and it was like, you are chosen to read the angels. Yeah. No, it didn't go like that, girls. I was signed to record labels. I was in music. And as all music deals go, the band I was in that you may or may not remember in the 90s was called Pope Jane, and I fronted that band.
Wow.
And there was like, the music industry just cycles, guys. It just cycles. And we cycled through it. And I was probably in my late 30s and back in the Me Too era of music, especially. It was kind of like, well, thank you. You're old. Get out. And I'm like,
oh, no.
What the hell?
Yeah.
But, it's just one of those things. So we weren't touring anymore. The music had run its label course. We, the fans were loving it, but we were done for work.
Wow.
And I had always had this aptitude, and I didn't think much about it because everybody in my family has it. I'm Italian, I'm Celt, everybody has it,
Wow.
It's normal.
Yeah, it was normal, 100%. So I wasn't like, oh, I think I'll go be a psychic. In fact, I hid the fact that I could do this. I hid it.
Yeah.
It was literally easier for me to come out in music in 1992 as a gay woman than it was for me to admit I had these aptitudes.
No kidding.
Yeah. Because there was this really mean religious hammer that would tend to be directed at you back then.
Definitely.
And even still now,
Yeah, a little bit.
And right. And so I just didn't say anything about it. So then the music was done. And my partner at the time, her mother was very psychic. And I was over at her house. And I was working on her feet because she had some issues with her feet, doing some healing work. And I could feel in her what a gifted medium and psychic this woman was. I mean, just wow. And I looked at her and I said, hey, how come you don't read for people? And she did that. She was a Scorpio and she just looked right through me and she just said, how come you don't read for people?
Oh.
I was like, oh, she sees me. Oh, she sees me.
I got to go down.
So pretty much, from that point forward, I loosened up and I started doing readings, and it's actually been 20 years now, over 20 years that I've been doing this.
Gosh.
And so that was probably the mid 2004, 2003, when I kind of came out of the psychic closet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, also what people need to know about you, if they are fans of Supernatural, which everybody in their right mind should be, you are responsible for getting us the angel Castiel. This was your idea. You helped the writers to understand a lot more about angels than they ever probably thought they could learn. And you brought us Castiel. So thank you. He was a great character.
Well, thank you.
Amazing. I missed that show. I wish they hadn't ended it.
I do too. And all credit due to the writer, the writers that made these beautiful characters happen. To my knowledge, I was the person that was working with them, with CW, with the writers and the producer at the time on the angel storylines. And these beautiful writers, Sarah Gamble and so many other people, took this incredible information that they were gracious enough to sit down and listen to me talk to them about, and they made them into these beautiful characters. And Castiel came from many conversations that I had with one of the writers. about how angels would speak, how they do speak, how they're not at all what we think they are. We think of them as these fluffy, puffy beings. And, and honestly, if that's how people relate with them, they don't care what we call them. They don't care how we envision them. Just don't call them late for prayer time or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, just, get them there for that. Yeah. But honestly, I was really blessed, Patricia, because I felt like the people who interpreted the information that I gave them created these incredible characters. And the minute I saw Castiel, I was like, oh my God, there it is. And Misha Collins. How about Misha Collins bringing Castiel to life?
Fabulous actor. Yes.
Just so phenomenal to watch everybody.
I'll tell you, the writing, the chemistry among the actors was first rate. And we just loved it. We watched every single episode, probably more than once. I hate to admit it, but yes, it was great. But without Castiel, it would have been a different show. And I congratulate you on being able to create that character the way you did with the writers. Phenomenal, really.
Well, thank you. And I give all this credit to the writers, but thank you very much. It was amazing.
This is just great. Well, now, Miss PK, did you want a reading from Miss Danielle?
Could I please? I would absolutely adore it.
Yes, absolutely. So I'll tell you, PK. So I do a predominant amount of translation for these angelic beings. Mm-hmm. And angels aren't people. So they don't come in with all these here's what you should do. That's like a person thing, Right. Really, angels they just hang back. They're messengers. So they hang back and they wait for us to come forward with petitions, with questions, with things that we want help with. And they can bring the messages in surrounding that. So if you just want to kick a few questions out onto the soccer field, a possibility over here, we'll go right for it.
Well, am I supposed to be continuing with, I started 2 different books. I played with them and haven't done anything more with them. Should I bother doing that, or should I just go on doing what I do, helping people, period?
Okay, the angel who walks with your higher functions, you've got the angel who walks with your higher functions, the angel who walks with your heart, and the angel who walks with your life path over here. This is the angel who walks with your higher functions. I'm laughing because I can relate with this. Apparently, there's a bit of tedium in this book writing that's got you down, man. And so, according to this angel, they said this one who excels in that which is the placement of the hands. So you'd rather really just get in there and see a result, apparently. And this writing is just like, oh my God, it's just me and this computer. Yeah. But here's the thing, sister. Okay, this is really important. Angel, this is giving me butterflies. The angel who walks with your life path wants you to know this. One of the reasons you came in, they said, for this one who translate much in ways that many can hear. You're a translator. You can bring concepts through so people get it. And also, the angel who walks with your higher functions is telling me too here that you have some sister PK. Don't be worrying if I pulled a fear of yours, and it's, well, God, what could I possibly say that would be unique? Or everybody else has said it before. Why would I be laboring under this? Why would I be doing this? The honest truth is, there's only one you, PK. And only you can say these things this way. If I can take my eyeballs and Patricia can take her eyeballs and your eyeballs, and we can all look at this blue cap and we're all going to see a slightly different shade of blue here.
Right.
So, so the part of you that might be in there going, oh my gosh, this has been said or done before or whatever. That's a big wide brush stroke there for you, but you can take that one and just go park that one aside. Please finish your books, and it's okay. They're showing me there was maybe a preconceived notion or something that was dropped on your head, or somebody told you or whatever that you needed to do this or that, or this book first and that book. Braid them, do what you want. Go work on this one. And then you're like, I'm not feeling it, but this one's calling to me. This is purposeful. because the angel who walks with your heart is telling me what a giant empath you are. You feel everybody and everything.
Yeah.
And when things start to get stale for you, you want to eject it out the airlock and be done with it and never look at it again. So if you just
they know me too well.
Oh, they do. They got all your secrets. So just park that book, go to the next one, keep it interesting for yourself. Don't worry so much, girl. When you're writing here, when you're writing out of that heart, okay, it flows. And then I can see you getting here just a little going, okay, well, shoot, maybe I ought to blat it all out. Just get it all out and then go back later and dink with it. Okay.
Oh, good idea.
And it's because it's not that you are a natural kind of aggregator. They are showing me that you are a bit of a natural organizer. However, don't overthink it because it just needs to come out of you. Oh. And this is an angel that walks with your heart. Just want you to know this. Yes, write these books because there is a great healing here for you as well. And this healing that you will be feeling is wildly in part due to a past life. Do I have your permission to bring that in real quick?
Certainly.
Okay. You were actually a man, and you were a quiet man around the 1600s. This is a European corridor. And as a male, you were kind of told to sit down and shut up. Your father didn't understand what to do with you. You were slightly built. You were quiet. What they're showing me is your dad kind of gave you to a monastery because he was embarrassed by you, which is really awful because you were super smart. You were just really kind, and you weren't this like guy back then. So you wrote these beautiful works, but you're in a monastery, and they wouldn't let you distribute them to anyone within the monastery unless they were somehow biblically linked up or somehow attached that way. So you had your voice edited back then, which is why it's really important that you just let it go, let it go, just write your guts right out.
What a beautiful voice. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
Thank you. So
that's
I
great.
hope that answers your question.
Yes. What do you think?
So very much.
Yeah. And we love the singing. It's gorgeous.
Oh,
Gorgeous voice.
thank you.
So let's see. We
Participate in things is absolutely fantastic because you interject yourself in every aspect of what you do. And it's wonderful.
yes.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you, PK.
So we have an audience member who has a question for Danielle. And if you want to type it in, I guess, since you're in the chat room, Julianne, go ahead and type it in and we'll ask on your behalf. How about
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Yes.
Now, since you are connected to the ETs, I'm going to ask you an ET question on my own behalf. I remember very little of my experience. So my question is, what do I need to do to remember? I remember only bits and pieces.
They were helping, according to the angel who walks with your life path, and you guys, I get so many assists from these angels. It's like, assist, here we go. According to these angels, they really were working on, you're a very spiritually gifted person, Patricia.
Oh, thank you.
And, you're welcome. And that's why you and PK are pals, probably, because you guys do all these things. And one of the things that is so poignant here is that in your walk with your own spirituality, these ETs were actually working to help you bring more of that forward. And they can do that genetically. Our spirit gifts and talents are actually EMF and electromagnetic frequency sensitivities. It's a genetic inclination. And they can kind of noodle with our DNA on harmonic levels. It's really interesting. I'm a big physics nerd, and I've become a physics nerd to understand how these guys work. So what they were doing was just think about you being just rattled sonically down to your cells, just opening up the bottom parts of those DNA, that science says is junk DNA, which it's not. Just shaking all of this out of there so that you would be more confident connecting with this spiritual ability to connect. You also are a thought shaper. And one of the things that, especially these folks, they look like they were the Uturan. We like to call them Arcturian. And I mean, you know, and I always say we just have to make everything into a hiccup. Arcturian. But you know, the Oturan are this beautiful group of beings who they brought beautiful messages to the earth. They brought us the original tenets of what we now have made into Taoism, Buddhism, all kinds of things, and we've augmented those through our human lens. However, what's cool about that is your spirituality was getting like a tune-up, I guess. And so it would make sense that you wouldn't consciously remember all of that, because the prefrontal cortex, you know, the angry 1950s dad of our brain that's bossing us all the time.
Oh God, it was horrible.
Sure.
It would have very little to do with that portion, you know. It's all of the vibrational level things. So if you want to remember that, go into your heart space, get in some water, love on yourself tremendously. Tell yourself that you're just so special and every cell is connected to the universe. And you have such gratitude for these star beings who, by the way, are part of your ancient star lineage. So a lot of times we get visited by family members of family members. You might have been an Oturan person a million years ago, who knows? But they're able to track that in ways that we don't or can't until we're to the other side.
Right. Oh, thank you. Mwah.
You're welcome.
Very helpful.
Very good.
Now we have Julianne Guthrie Smelson, who has typed out a question for you. She says, will my book, The Theory of Eight, be contracted by a traditional publisher, or should I pursue a different path for the highest and best?
Your book is fantastic. It has a lot of messages that may shoot right over the top of the head of some folks who are looking into it. However, coming up in the middle of 2025, we are going to have a small consciousness shift. So the traditional publisher, you could totally go with it. If you want to get it out a little faster because you have been blessed with some really, really intense information, and I think you know that. I can feel you going, yeah, I have. I don't even know where that came from. That stuff that you're going through, it's important that gets in the hands of people. So it's not really an either or scenario. You know, if you decided, you know what, I've got this book, it's amazing, and I'm going to see if I can get it published. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. People will want your book. And it never hurts to show people, Patricia, we were talking about this. Never hurts to show people numbers, you know, if you get it out there. There is a very good shot at it being picked up by a traditional publisher as we cross over into 2025. Because we're making that consciousness move. So try not to, it's up to you, man. This is a flip a coin. Do you want to wait for a smaller advance? I don't see that the advances are all that huge anymore. You know, or have some marketing support, which you would. But this book has got so many messages in it. Like, I want everybody to have a copy of it, and thank you for finishing it. So if you want, hey man, if it were my book, I would love the atta girl of getting it picked up by a big publisher. I would love that. I'd be like dancing in my cabin over here. So don't not pursue that, but it's not that you lost if you're not getting hits on it right away. It's a pretty high concept piece. And sometimes major publishers are like, what now? You what?
Right.
You have to do what? So yeah, so there's a chance of it, absolutely, but get it out. That's the most important thing.
Julianne, you could try Llewellyn. I'm sure you're familiar with them. And it sounds like it might be a match for your book.
Definitely.
Give them a try.
Yeah. And I'm not saying you won't get it, by the way. Okay. I'm just saying I too am a writer, and we have our little baby egos and our little baby hearts and our little baby hopes. And we want all our baby books to get out there and be so awesome. And then we get our feelers hurt if they're not picked up in 5 minutes. Yet the book is meant to be out, is what I would tell you. So
nice message. Very nice. Your readings are so much fun. They're just so enthusiastic and filled with light. It's really wonderful. Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, Chanel, we're going to drag you out here because you had an event last weekend, and we're concerned about you. So would you be open to asking a question for Danielle about this event and maybe getting some clarity on it? We want to make sure you're okay.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for inviting me on, first of all, and for extending the opportunity to get a reading. I guess just a little, I don't know if you need any insight from me, Danielle, but really I'm just open to any messages in regards to my health and kind of what happened over this weekend. Do you want me to touch into that, or do you have anything that's already coming?
Just for the sake of time, girl, because what happened that you've got concerns with?
Oh, yeah. I was at work Saturday night and I lost vision in my right eye. It was slowly creeping at first, and then it was total black. And that came along with difficulties speaking, and I lost my comprehension as well. I had to go to the emergency room. But, fortunately, all of my scans came back normal, and it was a long night, but I'm glad to, be told that I'm in good health, though still left with a little bit of questions as far as what that was.
You said your right side, sister, your right side?
My right side, yes.
Your right side. And I'm sorry, the audio cut out just a touch. Did you say you lost your balance?
Oh, no, I lost my my eyesight, and I lost my ability to speak as well.
Okay. All right. Well, it's good that all those scans came back normal. Now I'm keeping in mind, I am certainly not a medical doctor, yet they will show me certain things that allow me to explain things out also. The right side of your brain, sister, right? The right side controls the left part of your body, and it is the abstract center. And so what I'm looking at is two things here. We're going to start with the spiritual, then we'll get to the physical. Because the doctors already took care of your physical. They looked, they didn't see a brain bleed, all the things that we normally go, oh my God, it's a brain bleed. No. How have you been, I'll ask you this, how have you been doing with your sensitivities lately? You are a deeply sensitive person. I can feel your field when I first got on with you. And you feel people, you feel everything. You're kind of like PK, the big empath here. And your sensitivities here, Chanel, they've been going up. The right side of your brain, the right hemisphere, is a receiving center a lot of times, especially in our limbic system, which is where we get a lot of spirit messages, actually. And it kind of sits on your head like where your headphones are. A little doohickey right there. It's kind of where your limbic center is. Also, we've got our optic nerve, which sits down under there. And so that whole hemisphere, if actually the left side of your brain controls this side of your head. However, what I'm looking at was a temporary swell in your optic nerve, which is weird. That's more in the vein of optic neuritis or something like that, which comes and goes. But what I'm looking at here is, and you couldn't speak, and it was just this seize up again. If we were talking hemispherically, that'd be the left side of the brain. But what I'm getting is it was actually physically on this side of your head. So that tells me that it's not a brain issue, girl, because all of this is controlled by all of this, right? Brain-wise. So what I'm getting is that there, and it feels muffly and weird, and I'm getting really dizzy. I'm asking these angels to give me, without making me not able to speak or lose sight, kind of give me a replay of how you felt. And I'm getting a light nausea. I'm getting lightheaded. I'm getting like all of these things that you had, as they give me this replay. And that's also inner ear, sister, inner ear, optic nerve, all of this stuff that's right here in you, right there. And so I would ask you too to watch, this is going to sound so basic. Watch how you're sitting. Okay. Watch how you're sitting. When we sit and we tend to kind of crane forward here, we put pressure on that C1, C2, C3, and that restricts nerve column movement. It also restricts blood flow. And so again, I'm not seeing that this is a neurological disorder. It seems very, very physical on this side of your body, coupled with a spiritual sensitivity. But they're also showing me that you get weird, I don't want to say you get dizzy spells. You almost get like nausea spells or waves of things that'll go through you once in a while that I'm looking at.
Sometimes, yeah.
And it looks like you've had that pretty much your whole life after puberty. And so that's something that I'm seeing kind of regularly happen. That's an EMF sensitivity, Lev. And where are you located geophysically on this planet?
I'm located in northern Utah.
Northern Utah. Okay, that's right. You guys were talking about Utah earlier. So northern Utah, that's at the very bottom belly of this Rocky Mountain bandwidth. And so we've got that. You're pulling a lot of geomagnetism still from, believe it or not, even in northern Utah, pulls a lot of geomagnetism from the caldera that's underneath Wyoming. That's the Yellowstone Park caldera. So there's, if you want to go to Moab, that'll spin your compass like mad down there, man. It's just like, woo! Those electromagnetic poles are just all over. So what I would tell you is, this is a call to pay attention to how you're wired, sister. You're a real sensitive little instrument, like a seismograph, okay? You don't want to take a seismograph and sit it on your knee and bounce it like a little baby. I mean, it's going to wreck the instrument, right?
Right.
You pick up vibration, and you've been kind of grinding it hard too. I got to tell you, you're burning the candle, not just at both ends, sister. You've got like 19 ends emotionally of the candle burn that you've got going. So, and that's between you and your schedule on your Apple phone or whatever, but you've got to slow the self. And it's very important for you to recognize that you need a break, and you and water are a healing component also. You're kind of a get up and go girl. Got to get up, got to get my shower out the door. I'm looking at how you roll here. Sister, get in that bathtub. Just get in it and just stay in it and make yourself soak in it. And if you've got to just listen to music or whatever, your brain goes. They're showing me your brain goes all the time. So they're always trying to keep your brain shut up. Music will, yeah. And you haven't been listening to as much music as you usually do either. So apparently, according to the angel who walks with your life path. So, these are things you can do. You got to make sure you're resting, get both hemispheres of your brain going, sit in that water. Water is an electromagnetic wick. It'll take all this weird buildup that's doing weird things in your body out. And you won't have these really wonky problems with your equilibrium or your optic nerve, because that's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary. Well, Chanel, may I ask the question? I mean, you had some concern that you might have been given a drink that had something in it.
I was thinking about that.
That is a possibility. Yeah, the band that I was working that night was joking before the show about putting a substance in my drink. I'm not sure how much truth there is to that.
I don't see that you were poisoned up, girl. If you were, it'd be both eyeballs and a blackout. It would be both ears. It would be puking and all the things. It would have been there. Swigged a drink with that crap in it. Yeah, So, yeah, no. This is just. I think it's cool you work with the band. You are very sonically sensitive. So it's really important for those of us that are built like that. Again, get in that water and let your body, it's like a hard drive defragging. Only you got to get that out of your body. Also, there was some dissonance nothing about the band or the people specifically. There was some dissonance emotionally, energetically that you impacted that night. And that it sucked into your cells and later played itself out. So, yeah.
There is a lot of energy that floats around in those venues. That is for sure.
What venue were you at?
I work at a venue called The Depot. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Are you a sound person?
I'm just a stagehand there. So I just help things run behind the scenes, which is a lot of fun.
There's no such thing as just a stagehand, man. I toured for years and years, and without a stagehand, it's just you sitting on your boxes, picking your acoustic guitar, and it's sad. So yeah, you are the one that makes it go. So good for you. But yeah, that's a lot of energy. So just make sure you're wringing yourself out like a wash rag by soaking in a tub if you have a tub.
Okay, wonderful. I will definitely start doing that more. And thank you again for being willing to give me some insight on all of that. I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Stretch your shoulders, girl. Crack that neck.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We have to take care of our Chanel. She's the best producer.
She is. She's
get a little concerned about her. So
she's cool people, you guys. Wow,
Yes.
y'all are cool people.
Yes, we are.
Oh, thank you. You sweet
But
talker.
you're amazing. You're amazing. And again, I know PK, you must feel the same way. It's wonderful to be around your energy. You're just so filled with light and enthusiasm, and
Definitely.
it's just so it's wonderful. It's like a breath of fresh air being around you.
Well, it's
So-
like open the door.
Yes. Somebody opened the door and here comes Danielle. I love it. So Danielle, what's next for you? You've just moved into your beautiful new home. And now what?
Well, this month, at the end of this month, I've got a wonderful annual event that I do with my bestie sister-in-law, Melissa Siana, here in Bridger. And it is the 6th annual Ghost Experience. It's Haunted Bridger. And we take a group of 25 people, and we have 4 tours, and we keep them small so people can really feel the spirit life. And we go all around to different haunted places in Bridger, and I speak with the spirits that are there. And those spirits come out and they gently touch people. They create light phenomenon. They'll talk to people. So people can kind of get an experience with the ghosts. It's not really a hunt because I know where they are already. So we just kind of experience them together. And that's at the end of this month. It's October 25th and 26th. And we've got a tour from 7 to 9 and then from 10 to midnight on Friday and Saturday night. And you can get tickets for that event at our Mystery Quest website. That's our company that does these events. And it's mystery-quest.com. You'll see it right on the front page. It's only $55. It's a lot of fun. So if you're in Montana and you want to hang out and get your head petted by a ghost, come hang out with us.
What
And-
fun. Gosh. And in big sky country, there's no better place. Really.
Yeah, it's amazing. The energy here, ladies. I gotta have you up sometime. You gotta come visit me. We'll have coffee or cocktails or whatever y'all do in my cabin. It'll be great.
Oh, well, I can see just even the ceiling is just beautiful. All that warm wood is just gorgeous.
It is. The thing about wood is I actually sleep in this house. I have a really hard time sleeping because of, and the wood is so porous, ladies, that it sucks up all the weird juju and it's just nice and puffy in here. It's so awesome. It's so awesome.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Great. That's just great. Goodness me. So you have this wonderful event. Would you do us a favor and send the details over so we can post it on our Facebook page?
Thank you. I would
Definitely.
Take a look, because sometimes when you hear it on the air, it just goes in one ear and out the other, and you go, "Oh, I wish I had that information." So
Right.
we'll post it so that people can go. What a wonderful way to be pre-Halloween and just enjoy yourself.
Yes.
And again, it sounds like fun. It's not anything terrifying, although some people might get a little scared by being touched by it.
We had a lady one year, it was like, it distressed. She thought it was just going to be a kitschy Halloween thing, right? She thought we were just going to stand in the dark, like on the TV shows when they're like, is there anyone present? Make a noise, all the things. And she went upstairs because she felt these beings right next to her. And she got upstairs and it was a hatch door, because we're talking the Old West out here, you guys. It's a hatch door. So she comes up through this really low basement and she goes to get her coat and she hears, because she left early, it was freaking her out. And she hears, she hears footsteps and she was like, I'm scared. And so, it gets scary.
Yeah, it can. Yeah. But I know that you offer comfort to everybody.
Yes,
Danielle,
we
this
do.
has been so great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What
It's
is
been wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Have you
ladies.
back. We've got to have you back.
Definitely.
we
Not
will.
a doubt in my mind.
Yes.
Well,
So,
it's my pleasure anytime.
so we'll be back next week, everybody, with another great show. Until then, we'll see you on the Blue Highway. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome.